Hey, what's up? So this is gonna be my first ever YouTube video, and what I wanted to talk about is kind of where I'm at and what I'm looking to do. And I don't really know what the shape of this channel is gonna be or what it's even gonna look like. But um, one thing is that this week I started at the gym, and I've never really gone to the gym ever in my life. Never really know how to do any training. Never had a trainer. Never did anything like that before. But this week I started. I bought the gym membership on Monday. Went with my wife. Got a good deal through her company, and then with they have like a program where if you work at this company they discount it, so on and so forth. So anytime you go to sign up for the gym, make sure you see what their company, if your company is offering anything wherever you work. But I got my results from this one-time thing they do for you when you enter the gym, to kind of let you know what your BMI is, what your percentage body fat is, and all that kind of stuff. So I had previously done the Weight Watchers program. I think I started this back the end of last year. And I did that for about 5 months going into February, maybe like late January. And I had lost about 35 pounds in a pretty short time because I was not really focused on my weight or trying to do anything healthy. I was just, doing whatever. And then I had read, I was feeling very uninspired with life, and I read this book by Brendan Burchard called High Performance Habits. And I had seen his videos before, but I never really took the time to buy a book and read the book. And it came with the audio book, and I have ADD, and so the problem with that is that reading can get hard for me, and I don't really take my medicine. And the reason I don't take my medicine is because it kind of affects me. It makes me feel like I got to do everything, and then afterwards I like crash and I feel like I got to take a nap. So never. I think probably my need to go back to a doctor at some point and kind of deal with that. It's his own issue. But what I'm saying is that I read that book, and there's a test you got to take, and on the test it said that there's 6 high performing habits, and one of them being energy. And if you are going to be a high performer, which being in a sales background, I always wanted to do something that I need to perform to actually get paid, right? So my amount of money I make is directly tied to my performance, which I like. You get in what you put, or you get out what you put in. And so when I was thinking about that, I was trying to make myself a high performer. So there's all these different habits that are part of it, and one of them is energy. So with the energy, what I did is I realized that I need to get it up because I took this test. It was my lowest scoring category. That and clarity, knowing what you want to do and why you want to do it and how you're going to do it. So those two things were actually my lowest. So I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I didn't have the energy to do it. So I kind of was like, well, one thing I decided I was going to evaluate was I wanted to be a high performer. And so what I realized is that I was going to have to get these habits in check. So one of them was energy. Fast forward, I joined Weight Watchers, like I was saying, lost some weight, was really successful. But my goal with Weight Watchers was to just look good. And I was weighed to like 241 pounds when I started. Came down to about 203 and a half or something like that, 203 pounds. So I had lost like a lot of weight. But I was like happy with how I looked because I had lost 35 pounds. Why wouldn't you be happy with how you look? I wasn't in a healthy BMI, but I was healthy. And my goal was or healthier, I should say. But my goal was to look better. And I did. So then my goals weren't high enough. So I then kind of slipped back. I gained about like 10 pounds back. And through trying to do more of these personal development things, since I got kind of hooked on that kind of stuff, I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, High Performance Habits, got really interested in real estate, trying to learn more about that, investments, anything that related to money or improving myself, I wanted to learn more about it. So all these guys, no matter who they are, Dave Ramsey's, who tells you like never to or Dave Ramsey, I should say, until you got to prioritize your number one priority is your debt. Well, he says, you know what, get your health in line because that's going to save you more money in the end. So I was like, okay, the money and my health, I need to get this straight. So anyways, I started at the gym. They give you this form, and after already taking some steps to improve my health earlier, they're saying that my weight is kind of about, when they said earlier this week was a 217.6, and that I needed to get my weight under 200 pounds. My skeletal mass muscle index, the SMM in pounds, they said was like 88.2 pounds. So my skeleton and my muscle of that 217 pounds, they're saying is 88.2 of those pounds. And the rest, there's a body fat mass, and that's a 60.6 pounds of just being fat. And they said they were like, we got to get that number down. So I'm going to try and be working on that. And one of the ways that I would be working on that is I decided, instead of trying to hit these numbers with the body fat mass or the weight or looking better, my goal is going to be to run a marathon. Now, in high school, I was the slowest person at running the mile in my class. So I think I would be pushing as hard as I can and can only do like 13 minutes and like 52 seconds or something like that. I don't even know, but it was like 13 to 15 minutes, and I was huffing and puffing and couldn't do it. So now my goal is, I couldn't even run a mile. I'm saying I want to run 26.2 miles. And that sounds ridiculous, but the reason is I felt very inspired by a gentleman. His name's Grant Cardone, and he wrote this book, which I'm in the middle of reading. I just started it, but I kind of been following his videos, so I kind of know the idea of the book, even though I'm now first diving into it. Like I said, hard for me to read sometimes, so I watch his videos. I'm kind of a YouTube addict, so that's why I was, kind of inspired by other YouTubers to make a channel. So this is the 10x rule. And the idea behind the book is that you want to take whatever your goals are and multiply them by 10. And so I wanted to say, okay, my goal is going to be, I'm going to run a marathon, because before my goal was to be healthy, or not to be healthy, it was to be good looking. I felt, I could look good enough. There you go. I'm done. Then the goal, I fell short of it. I didn't have continual success. I continued to do that. It wasn't something that mattered a lot to me past just being acceptable. And he talked about in the book wanting to dominate, not compete. And I think I was, as long as I'm in the running, I'm acceptable. That's like a competing mindset. And I think wanting to run a marathon in terms of being healthy, that's like a domination type mindset. Now, for maybe marathon runners, it'd be like the number one runner. But I'm not a marathon runner. I'm never ran even a mile. So a domination mindset for me is to run a marathon. So basically, this is going to be kind of like a once a week thing I'm going to start doing, where I kind of just talk to you about where I'm feeling with my health and success, and what things that can I do to kind of encourage you to try and do the same, because I'm not anyone special. I grew up in a household where my parents, their business had failed, and we didn't have a lot of money growing up. So I don't have anything special with the money. I went to college. I got mediocre grades in college. So I'm not really anyone that's done anything particularly special before, or something like very remarkable. So my goal is that if I can do something that is awe-inspiring to someone else, I've kind of done something good with my life. And I think that I'm very average in a lot of aspects. So if I'm an average person that can take on the advice of very successful people and become successful on my own, then that proves to me that I can do it, and it proves to basically anyone that they can do it. So with that said, this is my first video. Please like and subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to start to do these weekly. And if you have any ideas or what videos you want to see, I do a lot of cool stuff in my own personal life. But if you want to hear like a video or my thoughts on any sort of topic, please leave a comment down below, and I want you to have a good day. Thank you. Bye-bye.